starting us off, Aries. Let's go. We're back to 2 decks. You can go watch the Halloween Oracle video to find out more about it. But let's just see what is going on with Aries. Okay. Whoa. It's almost Aries season. Ha ha ha. Okay, so what's going on with Aries? Feels like this might be it. It's just like this certain situation with Aries. That like, okay, situation. There we go. A little more info. Just looking to get the name. Oh, this is 3. Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave it at this. Alright then. Aries, Aries, Aries. Wow, and bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords here. And we do have the Queen of Swords in reverse here. So, lots to think about there. And then let's see what's going on. Work life, money life, career life of Aries. Okay, so we got Garuda. Dun, 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 dun. And then Nikar. Okay. What was bottom of the deck was Knight of Swords. So, Knight of Swords, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the time right now. Knight of Swords is interesting energy. It can really go either way. In the true fashion of an air sign, when you think about it. But the Knight of Swords is a double masculine because it's air. And could be conflict, could be an air sign, could be you feeling yourself. I feel like because fire is already a masculine element, to have the Knight of Knight of Swords feels like might be you. But you sort of on your bad behavior in a sense. The Knight of Swords isn't always like that, but I just have this feeling, especially because we lack the Queen of Swords here, to balance that Knight of Swords. It feels like something happened. Could be sort of reminiscent of a breakup in a sense, not necessarily romantic sense, but in some capacity, something didn't go right and you're maybe not reacting very well to it, Aries. I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna find out. Up top, we have the Hermit, which is Virgo. So it could be dealing with a Virgo, but it could just be looking within and understanding that this is a you problem. And like, if you are in the situation where you're in the midst of combat, it's because you rode into battle. You know, like you were very confident in the beginning and now maybe you're kind of not losing, but if we're going with the metaphor, you were all about the fight until you started to lose, and then you're like, oh, now I don't know what to do. You need to look within for the answers. You need to understand that you are self-reliant and that you can make your own decisions. You can fight your own battles, right? Or you are dealing with Virgo here. So, 6 of discs, success. It'll all work out, right? There are 6 discs, so I like to think of it as 6 plates on a tray or 6 people seated at a table, whatever. It's not the ultimate wealth like the 10 of discs, but you know, it's a good place to be. It's very stable. Kind of has that Virgo energy about it, doesn't it? And then 3 of Cups, abundance. You're going to get even more than that. You're going to, you know, right now, you might be struggling, trying to figure things out, maybe being a little more on the aggressive side, making the first move kind of thing. But when you take a step back and realize how much you need to focus, it's really weird that the camera went in focus as I was saying that. You need to focus on yourself, truly, and you'll start to see what you already have, and that's how you will attract more. Okay? Really good stuff. Not so good for you, Aries, is like, okay, we have the 9 of Swords here, cruelty, so self-torture, kind of like you did it to you, kind of, self-sabotage, self-harm, right? And then 5 of Cups, disappointed. I guess you're doing this like because something didn't necessarily work out. Maybe again, this is not, doesn't have to be a romantic relationship to have this kind of energy, okay? But something's just like not right about this. This looks really good, you know, like this looks good. This shit doesn't. It's like such a different energy. It's almost like if you can keep up with this, okay? Because I know it's getting a little like wiry. I want to say wiry. I don't know. When you do these things, recognize what you have, call in what you want, and, you know, rely on yourself. When you move out of this energy, which is tied to this energy, does that make sense? This is maybe the greatest outcome, the ultimate truth, who you really are, but this person or situation right now, okay, is causing these Nine of Swords. That's kind of what I meant in the beginning. The Knight of Swords doesn't have to be a bad thing, but okay, your next swords is cruelty. So that, whatever that situation, what is this just moved? Prince of Discs, okay, so it could be time to make an investment. Again, could be dealing with a Virgo, and it's not going well with the Virgo, okay? You know what I mean? It's like this weird something. And it sucks, but it is what it is also. And then Eight of Discs, prudence. You have to stay true to who you are at the end of the day. Like, no matter what happens, like, there's no use torturing yourself over it, but maybe you need to come to terms with this is who you are. And that's when you'll notice things start to finally make sense, things kind of wrapping up, coming to a conclusion, moving on to new cycles and shit like that. And then we have the Sun, things will work out, and yes, it's going to be great. But it's very interesting to see, like, the Seven of Swords at the end of that. I'm sorry, Seven of Discs at the end of that. Failure. Financially not looking great. And so I'm seeing this distinction of, like, you need to start taking these steps and being this person, but you're, like, very stuck on this is who I am. Okay? And even though, like, yes, you're being true to yourself, and yes, things do clearly get better, you're not going to find the same success that you would if you did have this certain self-love or took care of this situation with the Virgo, etc. Okay? So, still not winning in the end. Very, very odd lineup there, where it's like starts on a bad note, ends on a bad note, but everything in between was looking really good. So it's very interesting where the journey is so satisfying to you that you're not worried about the destination, and then you end up arriving in a place that you don't want to be, right? And the journey never ends, obviously. It's like mini adventures or whatever. But we do have this Two of Discs here, which is change. Something needs to change. You can't go on like this forever. Okay, even if you live in a state of bliss when you're in denial of it or whatever, but something needs to change because you can't end up broke over and over again, right? Something's got to change. And then we have this reverse Queen of Swords and this reverse Four of Discs power. Okay, so there could be a woman. You might be the woman. Could be a partner that's the woman. In a sense, it could also just be representing this Knight of Swords again. And it's like, okay, I'm finally going to kick that energy. I'm going to, like, stop being like this, stop being like this, right? But I just don't know who I am without it. I've lost all control. I can't be the confident person I was. I feel like I'm losing my shit. Suddenly I can't balance because I'm being a little more heartfelt and a little less heartless, okay? This one's good, but you're like, fuck. You might not really see the advantages right away of ending things, okay? Or things that have ended or already transpired, or, like, you know, shifting who you are as a person and how you view yourself. I'm getting this big thing about that. What's the decision? Wow! Wow! Okay, that's the thing. You might be dealing with an addiction. I should have mentioned that earlier with the swords, the Knight of Swords being cruelty. It could be some kind of addiction because, one, the devil just showed up with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so super, super weird. You're having a really hard time transitioning. You've given this up, right? And you're like not seeing the benefits yet, but you have to decide if you are going to continue on this path of like maybe sobriety or isolation, singleness, okay, and like fix things with yourself and with things around you, or you can just give into it, okay, and got the devil in ruin. I don't know what else to tell you there, Aries. That's pretty fucked up. This could be a Capricorn, but we were referring to a Virgo earlier, so maybe you're just dealing with an earth sign in general, but it's feeling like addiction, considering you got the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the devil. That ain't no Capricorn, Aries. It's not. You risk losing it all. No matter how good you look on the outside and think you feel on the inside, something ain't right, obviously, and if you choose not to do anything about it, it's going to destroy everything. So, choose wisely. But also, choose you above all, okay, Aries? Choose you. Somebody might be getting you into something that you shouldn't be into, some weird like that. Just choose you, okay? Let's just see what's going on with the demons. We got Garuda. Okay. Focus on patience and perseverance in difficult situations and on repaying those who help to attain goals. You know, I don't like to cross over too much, but at the same time, I almost feel like maybe you should be paying someone back. This situation is dragging on you, weighing on you, like unable to move forward. You might be forgetting about someone or something in this direction, okay? Where like maybe they loaned you money and they were like, don't worry about it, but then you didn't worry about it and they weren't happy about that kind of thing. I would just say, I don't know, I'm getting some kind of weird something. Focus on patience and perseverance in difficult situations and on repaying those who help attain goals. Okay, so give back where the giving needs to be. Moving right along. Nikar. Focus on taking necessary precautions and respecting powerful outside influences. Okay. Okay. Right. Powerful influences like a boss or management or even like the economy in general. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Focus on taking necessary precautions and respecting powerful outside influences. I think that says all it needs to say in and of itself. So, thank you, Aries. I will see you next time. Ta-ta for now. Damn, such a clown. Good night.